Here's your podcast script. There's a story making waves out of South Korea right now, and it's called The High School Pipeline to South Korea's Chip-Making Fortunes. And once you hear it, you'll understand why an entire generation of Korean teenagers is rethinking everything they thought they knew about success. Picture a high school lab where the first rule drilled into every student is, never, ever drop the wafer. A blank silicon disk, the kind that gets etched into computer chips, runs about $180. By the time circuits are printed onto it, that same disk can be worth thousands. These kids know that. Everyone in South Korea knows that now, because semiconductors have become the country's most valuable commodity, and the profits are staggering. In 2025, South Korea exported a record $173 billion worth of chips. This year, it's on pace to double that. Samsung Electronics and SK Hynix, the two giants of Korean chipmaking, now make up more than 40% of the country's entire benchmark stock index, which itself has more than doubled in the past year. South Korea produces over 60% of the world's memory chips, the kind that power advanced AI systems, and demand has sent prices soaring as much as tenfold. At the center of all this is a school most people outside Korea have never heard of, Chungbuk Semiconductor High School, about 2 hours south of Seoul. Founded in 2010 and modeled on Germany's vocational trade system, it's the oldest of 4 high schools in South Korea dedicated exclusively to training semiconductor workers. 300 students. 6 mock fabrication facilities. A 96.4% post-graduation employment rate plastered right there on the principal's office wall. Admission inquiries have tripled in the past year alone. The school has become so sought after that a Chinese state broadcaster showed up to study its model, given China's own push to build a domestic chip industry. And you can understand the appeal. Landing a job at Samsung or SK Hynix is described, and this is a direct quote, almost like winning the lottery. Both companies tie employee bonuses to operating profits. Under Samsung's latest union agreement, assembly line operators could receive up to $400,000 next year if profit targets are met. Samsung itself is projected to finish this year with an operating profit of around $200 billion, a sevenfold increase from last year. So students are grinding. Only the top third of the class gets considered by Samsung. Only the top quarter for SK Hynix. Top students are expected to speak a foreign language, hold at least 3 technical certifications, and complete 25 book reports. There's a nationwide recruitment exam that students reportedly study for from 9 in the morning to 9 at night, for a month straight. When graduates come back to campus to visit, they talk casually about 6-figure bonuses and picking up the tab for group dinners. One 17-year-old senior, already holding a job offer from Samsung, said his middle school friends who chose the university route are now regretting it. The teachers feel it too. The principal put it plainly, watching your former students come back after 1 year of work, talking about bonuses bigger than your entire salary, it's not easy. But here's where the story gets complicated. Some economists are pumping the brakes. One researcher at the Hyundai Research Institute pointed out that semiconductor manufacturing is capital intensive, not labor intensive. Between 2023 and 2025, when semiconductor exports rose 75%, the industry added just 1,000 jobs. Across the broader Korean economy, roughly 40,000 jobs have disappeared over the past year as other sectors have struggled, and youth unemployment has climbed to its highest level in years. And then there's this: both Samsung and SK Hynix have already announced plans to develop fully autonomous semiconductor factories powered by AI and robotics by 2030. The very technology driving this boom may ultimately reduce the need for the workers being trained to support it. So the pipeline from high school to chip-making fortune is real, but it's narrow, it's fiercely competitive, and the road ahead may be shorter than the hype suggests. That's the story from Yumseon County, South Korea, where the future of chips is being built one careful wafer transfer at a time.